Okay, question 7 is looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product? Um, when we first started the media course and we did our college magazines, it was a bit of a taster of what it involved, understanding the codes and conventions of music magazines, what appealed to different target audiences and things like that. Um, I feel like I have progressed. I now understand the different target audiences and what should attract them. For the research, I did a lot of audience questionnaires to understand my target audience and what they wanted from a magazine. My preliminary task wasn't the best of my ability. I look back and I compare it to what I've produced now for my music magazine, and it's very different. My first one was very basic and very commercial and kind of didn't have a specific, it had a target audience but it wasn't as specific as I would have hoped. However, I took that into consideration to then progress onto my general tasks. I understood, I bought magazines to research into them, to look what people liked and what appealed to different targets. I questionnaire people to know what they wanted so it would appeal to an audience and it would be able to sell and retail. Now my planning, I got better. I did more research again, and then I planned out my magazine, what it should involve, what it should look like, different designs. I drew out a few designs to get a proper image of what I wanted my music magazine to look like, and in the end that benefited as I came out with something that I'm very proud of in my music magazine. Photography, I've always been interested in photography, and therefore it was quite easy for me to go into this and to understand the different technical aspects and what made a good picture, with the framing and the focusing on the eyes and things like that, which then led into my creation of it's mainly due to my target audience. It's a central image of the magazine and it's got a direct mode of address. I believe that after all the research and the planning I put into the magazine, that this appeals to the audience, as the audience feels like they can be drawn and they're taken in by the magazine. They feel like the artist or whoever's on the front cover is looking at them. And then I did a lot of live photography at the gigs that I've been in. I take my camera all the time, and which resulted in these shots, very close up, and it's just, I believe that the live performance is a lot more thrilling than maybe just setting up a studio type thing, which kind of gives it a bit of a difference from the front cover where it is a studio setting to the actual content where it's live, it's a bit more fun, it's a bit more real. And then this is a favourite picture of mine that I used for my double page spread. It kind of shows the passion and it links to the story, well, the article. So I kind of linked my photography to the content to make it relate and appeal to the target audience. However, in my first preliminary task, it was kind of done very quickly. I didn't use the talent that I have in that to come across, and I feel like I've definitely developed in that. Journalism, I've never really wrote articles before, so it was new to me. However, I do feel, I read some articles, I did research into the artist that I was talking about, and I read his book, got ideas from that, and then put it into the article, and I'm very pleased with the turnout. I feel maybe it's something that I'm looking to going into. Journalism is quite fun, and yeah, I'm just really proud of how that's turned out. Digital image manipulation. I'm very familiar with Photoshop, doing it with photography, therefore that was nothing new to me. I understood it all, I knew what I was supposed to be doing, and I just got on with that task. And then yeah, so I used like the sharp tools to make the face. I brightened the face, used the levels and things like that, and I've turned images into black and white and heightened them just so they stood up a bit more. And I feel that image manipulation is something that I'm very strong at, and it's something that I'll definitely use in the future. And the design skills, I'm very pleased with the way that it's turned out. I think it's quite fun, it's quite unique. It sticks to the codes and conventions of music magazines, however it still has its own spin on it. The contents page is a bit different to the usual. I've stuck to the black and white theme, used fonts that are all connected to each other so it has an ongoing theme, and then just kind of used my creativity to pull through into the magazine, which I think it has shown through. Using Quark was a new experience to me. I had never used that before, so that was new, but I feel like I have developed my knowledge in that, and I'd be able to use it again, no trouble. And yeah, so I believe that from my preliminary task to this task that I've definitely developed in my knowledge of making magazines. I understand target audiences more, I understand new programs such as Quark, and I just feel that I've really developed in throughout the whole coursework task.